Alright, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about some good old news stuff. And then at the end, I'm going to check on CoinMarketCap, but I got a few coins listed in the corner, and it might be actually this way according to the camera, but either way, I got some coins up, and a few coins that I think are going to go up pretty big in price at some point this year. But for now, so Vertcoin's Twitter account has been hacked and promised fake Bitcoin giveaway. So this is the usual Twitter thing where they say, hey, send us a small amount of coin and we'll give you more coin. Why anybody falls for this, I still have no idea, because why would you need to send somebody coins to receive more coins? You know, so the reason why people fall for this is because cryptocurrency, right? Nobody would ever fall for these sorts of things if it was fiat, right? Like if I had a Twitter and I said, hey, somebody send me $5 in PayPal and I'll give you $50 in PayPal back, like as a giveaway. How does that make any sense? Why would I need to receive $5 to give away $50 or something like that? Nobody would ever fall for that. So why do people fall for it with cryptocurrency? Well, I think it's a vast misunderstanding of cryptocurrency. Most people in the world, they know cryptocurrency. Well, I wouldn't even say most people in the world, but most people that know cryptocurrency know the name cryptocurrency. They know that there are cryptocurrencies and that you spend them, you receive them, you hold them, they're worth money, and that's about it. So I think some people, the misunderstanding of cryptocurrency leads people to actually fall for these scams. So the official Twitter account of Vertcoin, which is a peer-to-peer digital currency, which I actually have up on the list, coincidentally and maybe ironically enough, and software project was compromised earlier today in an attempt to carry out Bitcoin scam. So on May 1st, the Vertcoin Twitter account posted an announcement of a cryptocurrency giveaway in celebration of Vertcoin's success. The tweet promised to transfer 10 Bitcoin to the winner, which would be announced on May 3rd. To enter the giveaway, the fraudsters asked users to send 0.005 Bitcoin to an address they cited in the post. So a Vertcoin Twitter was taken over, basically hacked, and instead of asking for Vertcoin or trying to scam Vertcoin in any way, shape, or form, it's about Bitcoin. So they wanted users to send them Bitcoin instead of Vertcoin, which I don't think was a very well thought out plan. But I'm willing to bet that a lot of people sent them Bitcoin regardless. So a well-thought-out plan that was a not well-thought-out plan? Question mark? So hey, everyone, Vertcoin and staff are pleased to announce that we're giving away a 10 Bitcoin giveaway to our followers to celebrate Vertcoin's success. Send 0.005, and the winner will be announced later. So almost immediately after the scam tweet was posted, James Lovejoy, Vertcoin's lead developer, warned followers that the Vertcoin account was compromised. So this type of hack is common crypto scam on Twitter, where hackers impersonate accounts and offer giveaways that are too good to be true. Exactly. So why? I just don't get it. Often the posts are accompanied by comments from dozens of people who successfully received their portion of the giveaway. This particular scam is notable due to the fact that hackers managed to execute it from a legitimate account. So hackers have made multiple attempts to impersonate major players in the crypto industry and exploit their reputations in giveaway scams. So in April, scammers impersonated the verified Twitter account of CEO of Telegram in order to promote a fake giveaway. In January, fraudsters impersonated Charlie Lee, and so on and so on and so on. Even the Ethereum creator, which I can never remember his name for any reason, shape, or form. I should literally have it written down. It's like Buteric. I can never remember it. Please get a real name. I know it's a real name, but I forget it every single time, and like I see his name every single day in the crypto world. It's just one of those things that I simply cannot remember. I should literally just take a post-it note and smack it to my monitor and be like, that is his name, remember it. I have to use it like 3 times in a sentence throughout the day or something. So moving on from that, I will put all these links in the description below, except for the CoinMarketCap, because anybody can just go on CoinMarketCap and type in whatever you would like. So either way. So U.S. judge denies Alibaba's request to stop Alibaba Coin from using matching name. So a U.S. court has ruled this week against the Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba's request for an injunction against the Dubai-based Alibaba Coin Foundation due to their similar names. So in the beginning of April, Alibaba sued the ABBC Foundation for copyright infringement, alleging that Alibaba Coin engaged in prominent, repeated, and intentionally misleading behavior using the company's name. So the initial lawsuit was accompanied by a temporary restraining order against Alibaba Coin that was negated, but Alibaba can keep pursuing its lawsuit in spite of the judge's injunction denial. So the ABBC Foundation, which raised more than $3.5 million in an ICO, says on its website that they are building the fund security system that is fundamentally improved by using new technology and using a secret technique for implementing the blockchain algorithm into their facial recognition process. So this is the ABBC Foundation. Sometimes it opens, sometimes it does not. So page is not found. Let's see here. Last time it did work. It did work for me earlier. The first time I actually clicked on it did not work, and then see, we'll give it one more try. And it didn't work, and then it worked, and now it won't work. So now their website is totally down, which is honestly not surprising for us ICO. It's just at this point, it's just like, whoop, another one. So I'm not saying that is a fraud or anything, just because its website isn't working right now. But again, it's just not surprising. So, you know, my thoughts on this is that it's two different things. I mean, Alibaba, you know, you buy things from Alibaba. It's like an Amazon, you know, for people who kind of want to get scammed, like really badly, like they're just itching to get scammed. You go on Alibaba. But the ABBC Foundation is creating a blockchain essentially for facial recognition, and that's two different things. So I don't think Alibaba is going to win this lawsuit, essentially, because yeah, just because you name something Alibaba, is that really like a thing that you can never rename again? I'm not really sure entirely. So the foundation has maintained the right to their name, citing the Middle Eastern character Alibaba from 1001 Nights as their inspiration, rather than the Chinese commerce company. According to an email from the ABBC Foundation sent last week from the Forbes Middle East, the word Alibaba is in free of use in its legitimate business activities. So a spokesperson from Alibaba told Middle East in an emailed statement, Alibaba Group is not affiliated with the ABBC Foundation. Rumors that Alibaba was delivering into the crypto sector were denied in January of this year when the company released a statement that their new P2P platform was not cryptocurrency, blockchain, or crypto mining related. Here, Coca-Cola, send me my $10,000 paycheck. Nothing better than Coca-Cola while you're recording YouTube videos, $10,000. I highly doubt that's going to happen, but come on, Coca-Cola. Bitcoin network hash rate at all-time high, even among market corrections. So this is interesting, and it's fun because Bitcoin Cash is getting destroyed in terms of its hash rate. You know, when it first came out, it was pretty high, and it actually was beating Bitcoin a couple of times here. That was beating it slightly right here in November, and then at the end of September, August here. So it has beat it a couple times in the past, but not really. Ever since then, it has been getting mangled by actual Bitcoin hash rate. Nobody wants to hash Bitcoin Cash. They all just want to hash Bitcoin. Why? Think about it. So the Bitcoin network's hash rate is continuing to climb today, May 2nd, according to data from BitInfo Charts. According, little space there in between the A and C. Never knew that was a thing. The continuous growth of the hash rate over the past month signals a constantly increasing levels of interest from the miners, in spite of Bitcoin's inability to break the 10,000 price point after the market crash in February. So after BTC's price reached 20,000 in December of last year, the market began to fall in the wake of the new year, with Bitcoin dipping below 6,000 in February. Although the market has recovered slightly, with Bitcoin currently trading around 91.44 and up 3% over a 24-hour period, the price is still more than 50% below its all-time high. So even in December here, when it started to bomb, only a little bit of the hash rate really went down, and it just kept going up from there. And that's just sort of my way of thinking. And you know, I said this before in many episodes to you know, so some strategies to do when the market is down like that. And one was to just continue buying, because when the market is at its lowest point, that's the best time to buy. You're gonna get the most profit out of it. And I can understand why some people might not want to buy at the lowest point, because hey, maybe it's going to go lower, maybe it's really crashing and it's all over. But not me. I'm pretty confident that it's going to keep going up. I've been through numerous Bitcoin crashes, and the longer you're in crypto, I had to double repeat that. The more you get hardened to these dips. You just think it's another dip. You don't even look twice at it. You don't even give it a double take anymore. And then another thing I was saying is to just keep on mining. So let's say you mine all year long, and you're only mining for $10 a day. Let's say you're mining, you just have a modest rig, you don't have anything too crazy, it's making you $10 a day, all great, right? And the price is really low, and it's like that all year long. So $10 a day, times 365, let's just go with, let's just even it out to 4,000. You were going to make $4,000 that year in crypto by mining $10 every day. And I know those numbers are a little bit off, but let's just go with it. We're just rounding. So $4,000. So, but let's say the price of crypto doubles right at the end of the year, right in December or right in November or something like that. So now, the price doubled. So now it's essentially like you were mining for $20 a day the entire year. So now you didn't make just 4,000 at the end of the year. You made 8,000. So yes, you were mining at $10 a day the entire year. But at the end of the year, Bitcoin doubled in price to 20,000 from 10,000 or something like that. Let's just say as an example. Now it's like you were mining for $20 a day the entire year. And at the end of the year, you now have a nice Christmas bonus. You have $8,000 in crypto that you can do what you want with, or keep mining, or do whatever. So, mining is a good thing. Just because the price of crypto goes down and you're making less mining like per day, even when it was really low and people were making only a couple bucks or a few bucks a day mining, keep at it, because when the price of crypto doubles, all of the crypto that you mined throughout that whole time doubled as well. So you can essentially say and go back and say, hey, I was mining for double the whole time. So just remember that. So the rising hash rate last recorded as 31,590 petahash. Wouldn't that be like 3.1 exahash, I think? Means that the new miners are continuously starting, or is it terahash, petahash, exahash? Yes. So 3.1 exahash, something like that, are continuously starting to mine for Bitcoin in spite of market fluctuation. So this causes a constantly increasing competition between the miners and resulting improvement of the network's overall security. So Fundstrat's Tom Lee reported that Bitcoin mining would become less profitable and therefore less popular during times of market decline, a prediction belied by the current high hash rate, even with a stagnating market. So he was a little bit wrong with that, but he was right in the sense that profitability does go down. Of course it does. But people still keep mining. Even when the market is down, you're a fool to stop mining at any point. Now, some people, there is a different aspect of that. If you're mining along and your electricity bill is actually higher than what you're mining, you can either do one of two things. You can either stop mining and just use that money that you would have mined with electricity to buy cryptocurrency instead of just mining it. Or you can continue mining even if your electricity bill is a little bit higher than your profit of making crypto. Because, if you think about it, like, again, go right back to what I was just saying, that, like, yes, you're only making a few bucks a day now, and maybe you're spending $4 or $5 a day in electricity on your rig. I'm not even really sure how that all calculates, because everybody, depending on where you live, you pay more electricity or less electricity than the other person. So, but when Bitcoin comes back up and comes alive again, all the crypto world and all the market cap comes back, all that mining that you were doing is now worth more than what you were paying in electricity. So, again, keep on mining. BCH, on the other hand, isn't currently experiencing a stagnating hash rate. BCH is a fork of the Bitcoin blockchain and advertised with a D there. as a faster and a cheaper alternative, as the currency has a larger block size. However, in February, transaction fees were actually lower at one point than those of BCH. So founder and CEO of Shapeshift tweeted last month about BTC having the highest accumulated proof of work, a characteristic that depended directly on the network hash rate as compared to BCH. So, that's my opinion on all that. Korean peace treaty goes live on the Ethereum blockchain forever. A South Korean developer made history on April 27th when he decided to record the details of North Korea and South Korea peace treaty on the Ethereum blockchain. Excuse me. So Ru created 2 Ethereum transactions with Korea in English records on the Panmunjom Declaration, which leaders Moon Jae-in and Kim Jong-un signed at the 2018 Inter-Korean Summit. The immutable and public nature of Ethereum's blockchain means that that both texts will remain permanently accessible by anyone. Among the contents of the highly significant peace treaty is a promise that South and North Korea will make joint efforts to alleviate the acute military tension and practically eliminate the danger of war on the Korean Peninsula 65 years after the original yet ostensibly hollow armistice in 1953, at which point the Korean Peninsula became 2 separate states. Many view the move as intentionally sponsored step to reset the status quo. Another section of the treaty, as it appears on Ethereum, reads, during this year that marks the 65th anniversary, oh my god, of the armistice, North and South Korea agreed to actively pursue trilateral meetings involving the 2 Koreans and the United States, or quadrilateral meetings between the 2 Koreas, the United States, and China, with a view to declaring an end to the war and establishing a permanent and solid peace regime. This is not the first time blockchain has been used to circumvent potential political censorship. In China, student activists protesting as part of the Me Too movement turned to technology to share information authorities were demanding they did not. So that's pretty cool on the Ethereum blockchain. You know, my thoughts on the whole South Korea, North Korea thing is I'm actually glad. I'm actually pretty excited, like personally, that Kim Jong-un is kind of stepping across. You know, if you guys didn't know, you know, check out the news of North Korea and South Korea peace. And basically, Kim Jong-un stepped over the border. It was the first time that any like leader of the Un family, of the Kim family, stepped over the border of South Korea. So they stepped over the border, and then he invited Moon to step over the border to North Korea. And so that was pretty cool. And like that's the first time that's been done ever. And so you know what I think about this is that supposedly Mike Pompeo, the director of the CIA, if I'm not mistaken, went there in a secret meeting, and then like 3 days later, when it was announced, it was like 3 days later that North Korea was basically like, hey, we'll get rid of our nukes. So you know, I'm actually curious as to what they spoke about. And my opinions, I know this doesn't really have to do with crypto so much, but my opinion is that he either went there and said one of 2 things. He said, hey, we're about to go to war with you. We will destroy you. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, North Korea wouldn't be a hard war because it was in the 50s. But, you know, he probably just said, hey, it's going to happen, you know, like if you don't stop right now. Or he said, hey, you know, like we want to help you, you know, like we want this over, right? We want to capitalize you, you know, because that's what the United States does. And like, hey, we can bring you in trade. We can just stop all of this. We can make you like South Korea. Like, have you ever seen yourselves on the map of the world? Like, you are completely dark, whereas South Korea is lit, you know, and I mean light, with lighting, not the super cool meme way to say lit. You know, and maybe even China had something to do with that too. Like China would basically, some people were speculating that China was basically like, hey, you need to stop what you're doing. Just listen to the U.S. Just listen to everybody and stop what you're doing, and we'll give you everything. Like we'll give you manufacturing and trade and lights and infrastructure and computers in the world. Like we'll open everything up. And I really think that Kim Jong-un, being a young guy, I think he's completely different from his father and his grandfather. You know, like, because, you know, his father and grandfather were real dictators, and so was Kim Jong-un. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think Kim Jong-un, he likes the modern world. He's grown up in the modern world. He is a millennial, essentially. So he likes basketball. He likes the modern world, and he probably really wants to go into the modern world. But like growing up with his grandfather and his father, and can you imagine that, like growing up as the son of a dictator, like you have to run this country this way. Like you're aware that like all the people around you are suffering, and one wrong move will make you look stupid. So I think he, you know, the whole time he wants to get with the world. He wants to be able to branch out. He's like a young person. That would be like you or me, being the son of a dictator, and like you see your father and the horrible things that he does, and then you grow up and you're like, man, I don't know what to do now. My father isn't around. You know, I like the world, you know, but I have to, like, but at the same time, I feel like I have to continue this facade that I'm holding on to, and continue ruling over my people with an iron fist and what they believe. But then, you know, I think he's really just moving on. I'm not sure, and I think it's really great, you know, and there's, I think the population of North Korea is like something like 27 million, or I can't remember exactly. But that's a lot of people who could get into crypto. That's a lot of people who could get, you know, on the internet. That's a lot of people who could start learning. That's a lot of people who could start trading, manufacturing, all kinds of great things. So it's great for the world, in my opinion. I know the whole central bank thing and yada yada. Let's just throw that out. For now, that's a whole different conversation. So Trend Micro, FaceX Worm is a malware variant target crypto users, to target crypto users. So a malicious Google Chrome extension known for its effectiveness has been revamped to target cryptocurrency exchanges, cybersecurity company Trend Micro reported this week. So dubbed FaceX Worm, Trend Micro said in a blog post that malicious extensions capabilities were made over to steal users' credentials for Google, MyMonero, and CoinHive in sum. It promotes a scam that dupes users into sending Ether to the attacker's wallet and drains a computer's processing power to clandestinely cryptocurrency mine. So the extension has the ability to hijack cryptocurrency transactions on a variety of major exchanges, such as Poloniex, Bitfinex, ETHFinex, Binance, HitBTC, probably more. In addition to blockchain's crypto wallet, according to Trend Micro. So first exposed in August 2017, the malware initially used Facebook Messenger to send malicious links that, when clicked on, provided the attacker with access to the users' Facebook accounts while also infecting their operating systems. So it resurfaced in April of this year. Trend Micro said that it had discovered one affected Bitcoin transaction, but has not identified the value of the plunder garnered from the cryptocurrency mining. The company reported that Chrome removed many of the FaceX Worm extensions prior to Trend Micro's discovery, and that Facebook Messenger is also capable of detecting and blocking the insidious links that the malware uses. So Chrome banned cryptocurrency mining extensions from its web store in April. Trend Micro advised users to think before sharing, be more prudent against unsolicited or suspicious messages, and enable tighter security settings. So I'm actually kind of glad that they removed cryptocurrency mining extensions, because you don't need an extension to mine cryptocurrency on your computer. I have plenty of videos on it, but most people typically have like a laptop or something like that. I get that all the time. They're like, how can I mine on my laptop? Can I mine on my laptop? This, that, or the other thing about my laptop. It is not recommended to mine on your laptop because it will heat it up very, very much. I actually have a laptop that I can mine with, but it is an old gaming laptop. It's actually an iBuyPower laptop that I bought for college, like 6 years ago. I don't even know at this point. Many years ago. And it has like a turbo fan feature that really, really cranks up the fan to a pretty high level, and will keep it cool enough to actually mine crypto. It doesn't really mine that much, and I don't use it that much, to be totally honest, but it does work. And you can use your laptop. Most laptops do not have a GPU in it. They just have an Intel integrated GPU, which you can't really mine on. I've heard of people physically mining on them, but it's pretty useless for the most part. But you can mine with your CPU, but you'll be greatly disappointed about how much you make with your CPU. So that's what a cryptocurrency mining extension would do, is that it would mine with your CPU, and you wouldn't get much anyway. It's really not even worth your time or electricity to do that. And then there was also the Get Crypto tab, which I made a video on, and it's the most ridiculous Ponzi scheme I've ever seen in all my days of crypto. So again, I'll put all these links in the description if you guys want to check them out and read them. Onto coin market cap. So here's a few coins that I think are going to go up in price quite significantly over time by the end of this year. So Ontology is just going up and up and up. This is the kind of coin that is not a pump and see. There's no clear pump and dump in this coin at all. Maybe you could consider this a little bit inorganic because it did collapse right after that a little bit. But for the most part, Ontology will be really good and juicy by the end of the year. I'm thinking probably at least $20 by the end of the year because it's already $8.48. It was already over $9 at one point, so just doubling this would make 16 or so dollars, maybe 18 if you want to consider the all-time high. So 20 is really not out of the question. So putting in some money now when it's at $8.41, selling it at $20 or greater would be pretty nice. Ambrosis is I believe it's a pharmacy cryptocurrency, so it basically like puts pharmaceuticals on the blockchain to ensure their validity, and this will go up as well. As you can see, there was a pump initially, and then that pump didn't last very long, and it sort of died out. And then now it's starting on its rise once again. So at its max, it was nearly $2, $1.72 or so. And now it's all the way back down to 75 cents. So it's on a discount fire sale right now. And I think by the end of the year, we could at least see a few dollars out of Ambrosis. So that wouldn't be too bad either. And then on to one of my favorite coins. One of my favorite coins is Vertcoin. My favorite coin is Litecoin. Maybe one day that will change, but who knows. But Vertcoin is just a great coin. It's a great coin to mine. It's a great coin to use, great coin to send. It has just low transaction fees, pretty fast time. It's just overall a really good coin. And if we pull it back a little bit here, we can look at the all-time high. The all-time high was about $10. So let me just pull that back a little bit. Let me get all this all the way yonder. So the all-time high was just over $10, and now we are all the way down to $2.69. So that was a result of the December crash there. Once December high of the 17th/18th, it went all the way down, and now we're looking at about $2.69. So if it went back to $10, that's an increase of over 3 times its amount. So, you know, putting in $100, you might get a few $100 by the end of the year. You might get $400 by the end of the year. I think by the end of the year, Vertcoin could easily be, if Bitcoin goes back over $20,000, Vertcoin can easily go to 15, maybe even $20 by the end of the year. 20 might be a bit of a stretch, but 15 is not that bad. So that could be, you know, over 5 times your money. So I think Vertcoin is a pretty good bet. I think all these are a good bet. There are plenty of good bets in the crypto world, but it's really hard to choose which one is going to be the winner in the end. So pretty much everything in green today. It's looking pretty good. The winner of the day is Loom Network, but that looks a bit pumpy. So does Golem. IOTA is going way up as well. Let's check out the loser of the top 100 of the day. Bitcoin Private, interestingly enough, I made a video on Bitcoin Private last video. And so Bitcoin Private gets pumped and dumped and pumped and dumped over and over. So it's really hard to tell if it's actually real or if it's actually false growth. So now I don't necessarily recommend investing too much into Bitcoin Private because I don't think it's going to go too high. I doubt it will double by the end of the year or anything like that. So it may not be worth it in the end. Also, last video there was a bit of an error. So last video I said that Bitcoin Private is now mineable on Bitcoin on Mining Pool Hub. However, that's not the case. So basically, they just gave out the airdrop for whoever held Z Classic on Mining Pool Hub at the time. So the thing is, though, with Mining Pool Hub is that there's an auto exchange feature. Most people are usually auto exchanging rather than just mining a specific coin. Usually you mine a non-specific algorithm like EcoHash, so you end up getting little bits of Z Classic, Zcash, Zencash, all those things, and then they end up being exchanged into one coin, such as Vertcoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin, something like that. So usually, if you have an exchange going on, you only have these little tiny bits of coins that are constantly going and exchanging to the coin that you chose. So when I received Bitcoin private on my mining pool hub, it was a very, very small fraction of Bitcoin private, and I assumed that it was being mined now on Equihash, but really it was just a very, very late airdrop for Z Classic holders. So it's not really necessarily being mined. There was an announcement on Mining Pool Hub at the top that basically says it's not mineable, it's only withdrawable from the Mining Pool Hub site. So again, it was just an airdrop for Z Classic holders at the time, which likely, if you are an auto exchanger, you did not have much, and you have such a small amount of Bitcoin private that you will likely not even be able to send it anyway, so it's totally useless. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.